How often do you believe is typical for couples to engage in sex within a month? Let's ponder upon this provocative question for a moment. We're about to embark on a journey of discovery and understanding, exploring a topic that, despite its ubiquity in our lives, is often shrouded in silence and misunderstanding. Sexual intimacy is a unique facet of human relationships, one that varies widely from one couple to another, influenced by a myriad of factors from lifestyle, age, health, and personal preferences. Comedian Katherine Ryan's recent revelation about her twice-monthly sexual engagement with her husband has ignited a discussion on the norms of sexual frequency in relationships. But what is normal when it comes to our sex lives? A once-a-week rendezvous in the sheets, or a more frequent, intimate encounter? This is a subject that requires sensitivity and respect as we navigate through research studies, expert opinions, and personal anecdotes. Stay tuned as we delve into research findings on this intriguing topic. Research on sexual frequency among couples presents a wide array of findings. It's a topic that has long been a subject of interest and controversy, with studies often yielding different conclusions. Let's delve into some of these studies and see what they have to say. A study in 2015, for instance, suggested that having sex once a week might be the sweet spot for maximum well-being. This doesn't mean that couples who have sex more or less frequently are doing something wrong or that they're not as happy. It's simply an observation, a pattern noted among a particular group of people. Another piece of research showed that the majority of married couples have sex weekly. Again, this doesn't set a standard for what's normal. We're all different, with varying needs and desires. And it's important to remember that these studies are merely providing insights into patterns observed in certain populations. They're not meant to be a yardstick by which we measure our own sexual frequencies or desires. But what's interesting is that people tend to be reticent when it comes to discussing their sex lives. There's a certain degree of diffidence, a hesitance to open up about what goes on behind closed doors. This can lead to a lot of misconceptions about what's normal and what's not. The reality is, there's a lot of variation in sexual frequency among couples, and what works for one couple might not work for another. Various factors can influence sexual frequency. Children, for instance, can have a significant impact on a couple's sex life. The arrival of a new baby, the demands of parenting, the sheer exhaustion that comes with raising kids, all these can affect both the frequency and desire for sex. Other factors include menopause, medical conditions, and even the everyday stresses of life. As we can see, research provides us with a broad spectrum of sexual frequencies, but the real question is, what factors can influence these frequencies? Various factors can affect both the frequency and desire for sex. Just as our lives are influenced by a myriad of elements, so too is our sex drive. It's not something that remains constant, but rather ebbs and flows in response to different factors in our lives. Let's begin with one of the most common influences, children. The arrival of a baby can bring joy, but it can also bring fatigue and changes in the body that might dampen sexual desire. Late-night feedings, diaper changes, and the constant attention a newborn requires can leave little time or energy for intimacy. It's important to remember that this is a phase, and as your child grows and you adjust to parenthood, things often find their own rhythm again. Then there's menopause. This natural phase in a woman's life often comes with a decrease in sex hormones, leading to physical changes that can affect sexual desire, such as vaginal dryness or discomfort during sex. But don't let that discourage you. There are many ways to manage these symptoms, from hormone replacement therapy to lubricants and moisturizers, that can help make sex enjoyable again. Exhaustion, too, can play a significant role in sex drive. Our modern lives are often filled with stresses from work, family, and other commitments. When you're running on empty, sex might be the last thing on your mind. But remember, it's okay to prioritize rest and self-care. Sometimes, a good night's sleep or a relaxing bath can do wonders for reigniting that spark. Medical conditions can also affect sex drive. Conditions like depression, anxiety, or physical illnesses can decrease desire. It's crucial to seek help if you're dealing with these issues. There's no shame in reaching out to a healthcare professional. They can provide treatments or suggest lifestyle changes that can help improve your sex life. Throughout all of these changes, communication is key. It's essential for partners to talk openly about their needs and desires. If one person is experiencing a decrease in sex drive due to any of these factors, it's important to have a conversation about it. Understanding and empathy can go a long way in maintaining intimacy, even when desire levels fluctuate. Understanding these factors can help couples navigate changes in their sex lives. But what if there's a mismatch in desire levels? That's a question many couples face, and it's one we'll delve into in the next segment. Mismatched desire levels can lead to resentment and potential infidelity. Now, this might sound daunting, but let's break it down. Imagine a seesaw. On one end you have desire, and on the other you have satisfaction. The goal is balance. But how do we achieve this? Firstly, it's all about open conversation. Whispering sweet nothings is romantic, sure, but clear, honest communication about your needs and wants is truly sexy. It's about creating a safe space where both partners can express their desires without fear of judgment or rejection. Secondly, understanding one's own body and preferences is key to improving sexual satisfaction. You know that old saying, you can't fill someone else's cup if your own is empty? It applies here too. Take time to explore your own body, your likes and dislikes. This self-awareness can help you guide your partner in what works for you and vice versa. Lastly, remember that it's okay to seek professional help if needed. Therapists and counselors specializing in sex and relationships can provide valuable insights and tools to help you navigate through these choppy waters. Navigating through a mismatch in desire can be challenging, but it is not impossible with open communication and understanding. So, what is the normal frequency for couples to have sex? As we've explored throughout this video, there's no definitive answer to this question. The normal varies from couple to couple, individual to individual, and is influenced by a multitude of factors. A study from 2015 suggested that sex once a week might be the sweet spot for maximum well-being. However, it's crucial to remember that this is not a hard and fast rule. Circumstances such as having children, going through menopause, dealing with exhaustion or managing medical conditions can affect both the frequency and desire for sex. It's also common to experience a mismatch in desire levels between partners, which can lead to resentment and potential infidelity. But remember, it's not the frequency that matters most, but the quality of your intimate relationship. Honest conversations, exploring one's own body and preferences, and finding ways to reconnect and establish intimacy can greatly improve sexual satisfaction. Remember, the most important thing is open communication, understanding, and mutual satisfaction. There's no one-size-fits-all when it comes to sexual frequency.